The Varsity Sports Show is proud to present the Thursday and Saturday night high school football game of the week. Coaches, administrators, boosters, and fans partner up with the varsity team to broadcast your games this fall. Choose from Thursday or Saturday night and have an exclusive audience on a big stage. Call or text us at 480-779-9437 right away and join our team. High school football action on Thursdays and Saturday nights this fall, brought to you by the Varsity Sports Show.
Desert Mountain Baseball on the Varsity Sports Show YouTube channel. Ryan Sikora, Nick Hogan join you for Senior Day from North Scottsdale, Arizona. Nick, happy to be with you today.
Me too, Ryan. It's going to be a great day. Beautiful weather out here in Scottsdale. Beautiful base weather, to be exact. But, hey, that's the whole reason for playing down here in Arizona.
Perfect little windy day up here in the mountains, in the valley. 14-8 Desert Mountain, the defending state champions in 5A, take on the 13-5 Paradise Valley High School Trojans. Should be a fun region matchup. Both teams coming in today still competitive for a top 3 spot in their 5-team region. Wolves 7-1, placed currently second in the 5A Northeast Valley region, with PVHS 5-3 in third. They're kind of two teams, Nick, that have been up and down at times. They beat the teams they're supposed to beat and lose to the teams they are supposed to lose to.
Yeah, they've lost 3 of their past 4, but 2 of those losses were to Horizon, which, if you follow high school baseball here in Arizona, you know the Horizon Huskies are really not a team to be messed with. They've been on fire this season, are kind of the front runners to make a deep run in the state tournament, but these teams do have a ton of talent. Desert Mountain has enough to be, in fact, they actually took down Horizon at Chase Field a few weeks ago, but it's been an up and down past couple weeks for the Desert Mountain program. They have either won or lost by a 10-run scoring margin in 5 of their past 6 games. So really, it's a little bit like a Mike Tyson feel. They're getting knocked out, they're knocking people out.
It's been up and down, but mostly up, 6-2 in their last 8 for the Wolves. They've outscored opponents 186-112. And that comes after a stretch where they really weren't doing very well. They had gone 1-5 in the 6 before this kind of run of 6-2. They've started to hit their stride right before the postseason rolls around. You think maybe Ryan Dyer's got a chance to go back-to-back with this team that might not be as great on paper, but certainly has the talent to do so?
When you hit the ball as well as the Wolves do, you've got a chance to beat everybody, especially in a tournament the way that Arizona State does their baseball tournament here. You can beat anybody any day if you hit the ball as well as the Wolves have been hitting it.
You'll need help from your staff on the way, and tonight on the hill is Cooper Weeks for the Wolves as he delivers the first pitch right in front of the plate to Ben Richards for a first pitch ball.
Interesting that Cooper Weeks is immediately working out of the stretch, not throwing with a windup with nobody on.
Second pitch there is just inside for ball 2. It's Weeks or Harr. Those are the usual 2 suspects on the mound for Desert Mountain. Tonight, no Toby Harr, but instead Cooper Weeks will get a run out. You expect Toby to pitch on Friday. Finally finds the zone there, 2-1. But it's Richards, Canner, and Swarbrick, the 3 due up for the visiting Trojans, who will get a chance to play on home. And that one lined out towards short. It's going to take a couple hops right in front. Good little toss out. The shortstop for Desert Mountain starts us off. A good play from Adam Goran.
Yeah, Adam Goran has been really part of a pretty terrific tandem over there in the middle infield. He's been fantastic all year. That was just a good job of him approaching the ball fast enough to make the play, but not too fast where he overplays it and outruns the ball.
Good start for Weeks. Delivers a first pitch strike to Canner, who showed bunt. Nowhere on the rosters for Paradise Valley is Jacob Canner, who will play second base today. And that one will be popped towards Adam Goran again. Instead claimed by the third baseman. Same exact scenario, a little one-chop hopper straight on to the first baseman's glove. 2 up, 2 down.
Yeah, I believe that was Sean Strittmatter playing third over there, number 24. You know, he's been a huge part of the Wolves' offense this season, but he's making an impact on defense right there.
Left side of the infield, and really the whole middle infield for Desert Mountain, has been pretty solid defensively throughout the duration of the season. Jared Swarbrick comes up. He's the ace in the hole for Paradise Valley head coach Ira Jeffers, one of the elite hitters in the 5A Northeast region and probably all of 5A as a whole.
And that right there is why I love that Cooper Weeks went to a curveball in the first pitch. Goes back to it right there. 2 balls, just missing the zone, but that's what you want to do when you have a serious power hitter in the box. Don't show him a earliest fastball for no reason. No runs on the board early in this game. Don't want to fall into danger too early.
Gets his first strike there. You mentioned serious power. 6 home runs. Nobody else on the Paradise Valley roster even has 1. 3 triples, 3 doubles. Obviously, those 6 dingers leads the team in all of those categories. Lines one there towards third. It's going to get in between the gap for a first hit of the afternoon for Paradise Valley. 1 on as Yadier Ortiz, the DH, comes up.
As you alluded to, Swarbrick, a pretty elite hitter. He'll also be on the mound for Paradise Valley this afternoon, but 6 home runs in the season so far. Everybody else on this team has not hit one. So Swarbrick is that main focus of power in this offense. So if you're Cooper Weeks, not that you can get comfortable, but you can feel a little bit more confident throughout the rest of the batters. Yeah, they may hit the ball, but nobody else has shown the ability to clear the fence. But there is some pretty heavy wind, as you mentioned in the pregame. So if anything gets up in the air, it can get pretty scary as a pitcher.
I think we might see 1 or 2 today. It's saying a lot. 354 to dead 377 to dead center. Sorry, 354 to the kind of the left center, right center. 321 to the corners. Down the lines.
Yeah,
Could see some serious power.
Yeah, 321's not terribly deep. I mean, there's a lot of high school fields that, are 400 dead center. This one, not that it's a small fence by any means, but a little bit shorter than average, I'd say.
0-1, lined right up the middle. Back-to-back hits for Paradise Valley. Swarbrick giving Cooper Weeks, some trouble on the mound, and right away, back-to-back singles for the Trojans.
Yeah, now he'll have to face Gannon Aguilar, who's been a pretty consistent hitter for the Trojans this season, batting .300 on the year.
Consistent threat all season for Paradise Valley. The heart of the lineup has been. First one is fouled off.
I know it's a foul ball, but I love that approach by Aguilar. He sees a fastball down and in. And I love batters going after an inside fastball. A lot of hitters have a tendency to watch the first pitch no matter what. But with 2 outs, running in scoring position, I love the aggressive nature right there.
0-1 gets in there, unsuccessful frame from an unfamiliar face behind the plate for Desert Mountain on the season. Grant Murray. Usually it's Luke Muller.
Yeah, no Muller this afternoon. We don't know the exact reason why he's out of the lineup, but a big part of it could just be rest with postseason play approaching.
That one chopped towards Sarnataro. It gets through the glove. Swarbrick is waved around at third. He will score 1-0 Paradise Valley. Back-to-back-to-back hits for the Trojans. They're up 1-0.
Man, I started to stutter because I saw that ball take a weird hop, and I felt bad for Sarnataro as that one really ate him up. Saw that hop a little bit too late, escaped the edge of his glove, and found its way into the outfield. Tough break for the Wolves because that should have been out number 3.
Rough start defensively. Little gapper in between third and short. Started the day off for the Trojans as I struggle to get through that. And then a little mistake on the right side of the infield. Scores the first run of the game. Andrew Ferry puts one right up the middle towards Cooper. Grabs it, tosses it. Wolves get out of the inning. Strand 2. Inning over. Paradise Valley lead 1-0.
Chris Scott of RE/MAX is Central Oregon's best realtor for anyone thinking of a vacation home or relocation. He's our very own born and raised Phoenician who moved his family to Central Oregon nearly 15 years ago. Contact Chris if you're thinking of exploring beautiful Central Oregon. It truly is living at its best. 541-999-5614. Proud partner of the Varsity Sports Shows, it's Dylan. Pinnacle Pain and Spine's team of professionals are ready to help with that nagging head, neck, back pain, and arthritis with proven treatment as soon as your first visit. Dr. Matthew Crooks and his friendly team have the highest consumer ratings in trust, friendliness, and easy scheduling. They work with most insurance plans. With locations in Scottsdale, Chandler, and Fountain Hills, PinnaclePainAZ.com or call 480-407-6400. Proud partner of the Varsity Sports Show and Fitness Minute with Tyler Mayer. Are you unable to do the things you love? Do you know your daily habits could be better to enhance your quality of life? Are you suffering with chronic pain or chronic illness and can't find the right solution that works for you? Fix Body Group was created so you have a team of professionals to help you achieve your health goals and get you back to doing what you love again. In Scottsdale, go to fixbodygroup.com or call 480-795-5329. Fix Body Group, proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show and Fitness Minute with Tyler Mayer. This fall, the Varsity Sports Show is proud to present the Arizona High School Volleyball Game of the Week. Join us this fall when you'll catch your favorite teams going head-to-head in fast-paced volleyball action. Coaches, administrators, boosters, and fans partner up with the varsity team to broadcast your games this fall. Call or text us at 480-779-9437 right away and join our team. High school volleyball action this fall, brought to you by the Varsity Sports Show.
One run scored in the top of the first. Paradise Valley lead 1-0 after Jared Swarbrick got all the way around to touch home. He now takes his place on the bump to face off against the Desert Mountain offense. Strittmatter, Sarnataro, and Hank Smith. The three due up for Coach Ryan Dyer. Again, Ryan Sikora, Nick Hogan from North Scottsdale Desert Mountain High School. It's Wolves baseball. And Nick, it's been a pretty solid season for Desert Mountain. Not the season that the last couple have been, especially last season state champs, but just kind of creeping in the right direction, 6-2 in their last 8.
Yeah, momentum's a huge thing, and there's some momentum right there. That one was ripped, but he's going to get under it.
Hit very hard right to center on a first pitch shot. Strittmatter, straight laser to Chris Ferry out in center. Field 1 up, 1 down.
Love Strittmatter going after that first pitch fastball. A lot of times pitchers, 99% of the time, open up a game with a fastball over the middle of the plate. Leadoff batters can take advantage of that in the right situation. That's what Strittmatter did, just a little bit underneath it.
See what Swarbrick goes to on his second pitch of the evening. It's a little breaking ball. Doesn't find the zone to Leo Sarnataro, the second baseman.
And going back to what you were saying about Desert Mountain on this season's outlook compared to years past, it hasn't been the roster that it's been by many terms, but it's still a very talented roster as a whole. And really it's about your momentum and what you're feeling like as you enter the playoffs, which Desert Mountain, as you mentioned, how many games they've won over the past couple weeks. If they pick up a couple wins here against Paradise Valley, they could enter the tournament with all the momentum they need to make a serious run.
Swarbrick struggling a little bit on this one. The last two pitches, both balls. The count 3-0 to Sarnataro. Hank Smith on deck. Righty, lefty to start for DM, and 3-0 pitches in there for strike 1. One is also a strike.
Yeah, Sarnataro thought he had a walk right there, but have to face the payoff pitch here in a full count.
So now it's full count, as you mentioned, Nick. Swarbrick battles his way back in. Already one out in the bottom of the first. 3-2. Swung on and missed. Sarnataro strikes out after being ahead 3-0.
Swarbrick got him the chase right there. That was a beautiful pitch. At the letters, a little bit outside, but that one can be super tough to lay off as a hitter just because you do not want to be the guy to pick up a backwards K.
And how about Hank Smith, the lefty, leads the team in average, 474, and doubles as well with 7 on the season. Perfect guy to put in at the 3 spot. Faces the first one, hits one hard out towards right field. That's a liner as well, but it's grabbed. 3 up, 3 down. Paradise Valley make quick work of the DM offense. They'll go back to bat as we head to the second frame.
The Varsity Sports Show is proud to present the Thursday and Saturday night high school football game of the week. Coaches, administrators, boosters, and fans, partner up with the Varsity team to broadcast your games this fall. Choose from Thursday or Saturday night and have an exclusive audience on a big stage. Call or text us at 480-779-9437 right away and join our team. High school football action on Thursdays and Saturday nights this fall, brought to you by the Varsity Sports Show. Chris Scott of RE/MAX is Central Oregon's best realtor for anyone thinking of a vacation home or relocation. He's our very own born and raised Phoenician who moved his family to Central Oregon nearly 15 years ago. Contact Chris if you're thinking of exploring beautiful Central Oregon. It truly is living at its best. 541-999-5614. Proud partner of the Varsity Sports Shows, it's Dylan.
Bottom end of the lineup for the Paradise Valley Trojans, who lead 1-0 here at Desert Mountain High School. Jackson Heaton, Brett Keene, and Chris Ferry. The three due up, then it's back to the top of the order. Trojans did pretty well to get some hits off Cooper Weeks in the first frame.
Yeah, and Cooper Weeks really pounds the zone. Only 4 walks this season and 25.1 innings pitched. It's a pretty good ratio.
He just has a nice little command that a lot of pitchers in this state don't always have. He controls the tempo of the game, but as we say that, Nick, it's a 2-0 count right away.
Broadcaster's drinks, Ryan.
We aren't doing our job if we're not jinxing somebody.
That's what we're here for. There's a strike.
And just as we say we're jinxing him, he breaks the jinx just a little. 2-1 now. Heaton fouls that one off, right off the umpire's chest. Took a shot. It's 2-2.
Yeah, I'm pretty surprised that umpire didn't need a timeout. See that sometimes the umpire has to take a little break, but he just wore that one. That's tough.
2-2, swing and a miss. Great pitch.
Yeah, that was filthy from Weeks. 12-6 breaking ball. Absolutely surprised and stunned Jackson Heaton as he heads to the bench with a strikeout.
Weeks finds his first K of the afternoon, and Brett Keene, the third baseman, comes up. Go ahead, Nick.
I know he's in the 8th spot, but he's got a pretty impressive on-base percentage, 500 on-base percentage this season, so hitting the 8th spot this afternoon, but he gets on base.
You think that's by design from Ira Jeffers to maybe put someone in there maybe at the 8-9 spot that can get on, and then you get back to the top of the lineup perhaps, take that risk of maybe hoping you get a situation like this as he puts one right towards short, grabbed, tossed, and as we say that, he's out. But again, same thing holds. You put a guy in the 8 or 9 spot that hits really well for average. You get a chance to get it back to the top of the lineup with guys on base, which is a rare thing for them.
Yeah, it's an interesting note. That's kind of why I put it out there. It's not very often you see a guy who's hitting 400 with 12 RBIs and a 500 on-base percentage in the bottom end of your lineup. Not that it's necessarily a bad thing. It just doesn't happen very often.
Here's Chris Ferry, the lefty. Faces the first pitch from Weeks, and it's a strike. 2 outs here in the top of the second. It's Ferry up, then back to the top of the lineup if they can get to it. Ben Richards on deck. As that one gets away from Weeks.
Yeah, Weeks is going to have he's going to need some serious control in this at-bat. If you look at the way Ferry is standing, he's really crouching down in his swing. That's a pretty small zone to hit.
1-1. Fouled off, and 1-2.
And that's something you always wonder about batters who have that type of stance, whether they're just truly comfortable like that, or if it's with the strategy of saying, hey, I'm going to have a smaller strike zone the more closed I get. I don't know. I think that changes honestly batter to batter, but it's a pretty small zone when you stand like that.
Weeks trying to work his second K of the frame and get out of it. 1-2. Fouled off. We'll do it again. You think maybe it's a little bit of both. He is comfortable in that, and then also he's trying to shrink the strike zone that much more. Could be a little bit of both.
Yeah, I think you could assume that pretty easily. Be interesting to ask him.
Weeks from the hill, 1-2. Sneaks a breaking ball just inside.
I hope the camera caught Sean Stripmatter's reaction at third. He started heading towards the dugout. Thought Ferry was gonna rack up a backwards K right there. That one looked close. Broke just a little bit too late, according to the umpire.
That one rifled in, but once again a ball. Count is full.
So full count, 2 outs.
Good little at-bat from Chris Ferry, the 9-hitter. Patient.
Yeah, it's a big deal if he can produce a hit out of this tough at-bat and get back to the top of the lineup.
Makes contact with that one. It's down the right field line, but well foul.
Sometimes as a pitcher, you can enter a game and assume that the 7, 8, 9 hitters can be a lot easier outs. So it's always pretty exciting from an offensive perspective to see the 7, 8, 9 slots put up really big fights against a pitcher like Weeks.
You'll be pleased if you're Ira Jeffers. That one rifled, grabbed, but it's a tough play to be made by Stripmatter. He can't make the play, and you get a man on base from your 9-hitters, so that bottom end of the lineup does its job.
Yeah, that was a great at-bat, fouling off multiple pitches, watching ones just outside the zone, and eventually picking up a hit in the infield. And the last part of that was just hustling the first base. A lot of players that hit a ground ball, and they take it easy on their way to first base, but Ferry did a good job of making sure he hustled his way down there to beat out the throw.
Really great stuff the first time through the lineup for Paradise Valley. 4 hits as they get through the first 9, and Ben Richards, the leadoff hitter, comes back to the plate. And a strike one from Weeks. Richards grounded out straight to Adam Goran to lead us off in the first inning.
The wind is starting to pick up behind us.
I can feel it on my my polo.
It's going to blow me over.
Not quite the most pleasant thing ever, and count is 1-1. Great eye from Richards to hold off on that one, 2-1.
So 2-1 now. Ferry is eyeing down his third base coach right now as we speak. Be interesting to see if he tries to run on Weeks right here. If you can make an argument, that'd be the smart thing to do with 2 outs, try to get it.
With 2 outs, it's hit hard towards the hot corner. Stripmatter, second straight time he couldn't quite gather a play. And again, back-to-back base runners for Paradise Valley.
Yeah, it's been a tough stretch for Stripmatter this afternoon, but that one really pinballed off of him. Almost found its way cleanly to the hands of Adam Goran playing shortstop, but it took a little bit too long for anything out of the ordinary to develop. So 2 runners on now for Paradise Valley as they're getting back into that meat of the order.
A little bit of a lax start from Desert Mountain here on Senior Day. And there's a good pitch from Weeks. A little off-speeder finds the zone. You're just looking for a little jolt. Maybe that's a K to end the inning. Something anywhere on the defensive side that can get you going. Tough one to wake up for. Another one. Just outside, 1-1 again.
Be great for Weeks if he could find the strike zone in this one. He's fallen behind on the last couple of batters, and I think that's set up Paradise Valley with good opportunities to barrel up some baseballs.
Swing and a miss from Canner. Strike 2. There's that strike he was looking for, Nick.
Absolutely. So now 1-2 count. You have a lot to work with here. Go curveball in dirt, go fastball high. You don't have to throw a strike. You're not feeling that pressure yet. So he has plenty to work with. Looks like they're going to go high fastball.
High fastball indeed, a little bit too high. Count is 2-2. That one just kind of slipped out.
My brother in Colorado.
1 second, he'll have it.
Sorry, I didn't want to.
So you're good.
2-2. Swung on, hit hard in between the gap. Goran tries to make a play. Now he's trying to throw home. Runner is coming and is tagged at the plate. Inning over. Desert Mountain survive. And it's a 1-0 ball game. We'll head to the bottom of the second.
Pinnacle Pain and Spine's team of professionals are ready to help with that nagging head, neck, back pain, and arthritis with proven treatment as soon as your first visit. Dr. Matthew Crooks and his friendly team have the highest consumer ratings in trust, friendliness, and easy scheduling. They work with most insurance plans. With locations in Scottsdale, Chandler, and Fountain Hills, pinnaclepainaz.com or call 480-407-6400. Proud partner of the Varsity Sports Show and Fitness Minute with Tyler Mayer.
Are you unable to do the things you love? Do you know your daily habits could be better to enhance your quality of life? Are you suffering with chronic pain or chronic illness and can't find the right solution that works for you? Fix Body Group was created so you have a team of professionals to help you achieve your health goals and get you back to doing what you love again. In Scottsdale, go to fixbodygroup.com or call 480-795-5329. Fix Body Group, proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show and Fitness Minute with Tyler Mayer. This fall, the Varsity Sports Show is proud to present the Arizona High School Volleyball Game of the Week. Join us this fall when you'll catch your favorite teams going head-to-head in fast-paced volleyball action. Coaches, administrators, boosters, and fans partner up with the varsity team to broadcast your games this fall. Call or text us at 480-779-9437 right away and join our team. High school volleyball action this fall, brought to you by the Varsity Sports Show. The Varsity Sports Show is proud to present the Thursday and Saturday night high school football game of the week. Coaches, administrators, boosters, and fans partner up with the varsity team to broadcast your games this fall. Choose from Thursday or Saturday night and have an exclusive audience on a big stage. Call or text us at 480-779-9437 right away and join our team. High school football action on Thursdays and Saturday nights this fall, brought to you by the Varsity Sports Show.
McKee, Pettigrew, and Kratz, the 3-2 up for DM. They trail 1-0. They've been out hit 5-0 as well through the first frame and a half. Just need a little bit of offensive spark. Maybe Cooper McKee, the right fielder, can hand it to him.
McKee has been a big source of offense for the Wolves this season. Wouldn't be surprised if he's aggressive like how the first three Wolves batters were. They hit a few line drives in the bottom of the first, just couldn't find any grass.
1-0. He's inside and makes contact with Cooper McKee, so finally a base runner for the Wolves.
And that's just a really savvy play. It's so easy to bail away from those inside fastballs. I still have a ton of respect for batters who are willing to stay in there and just take one off the arm. That's old school, but it's good baseball.
Just sit in there and kind of take the stinger for a brief second, get yourself on the base path. Nick Hogan, big old school guy.
I guess so. I never knew until now.
That one down in the dirt to Kyle Pettigrew, who's hitting for Cooper Weeks, the pitcher. Never knew it till now?
I guess not.
Maybe you've just been doubting it all along.
I know. Probably. You're probably not wrong. But we'll see. We'll see if it develops into anything worse, if it's mild old school or severe old school.
1-0, breaking ball didn't get anywhere, and it's 2-0.
Yeah, Pettigrew is a DH. This is why they have you in the lineup. Focused all on the offense this afternoon. One runner on, no outs. You got to move him. Especially when trailing. Wolves picked up some great defense to record the last out of the top of the first with a play at home, but you get the offense going.
Doesn't swing at that one. It's 2-1. 333 on the year, so certainly an ability to put the ball in play from Kyle Pettigrew.
Absolutely. He's only a sophomore, so still a ton of potential. You got to assume those numbers and statistics will only get better throughout the following 2 years of his career here at DM.
That one in the dirt, 3-1. 18 RBIs as well. You know he can drive in some runs. Second on the team, only behind Cooper McKee. So this heart of the lineup can do some damage for Desert Mountain. Swung on hard, hit right up the middle, gets over the second base, and back-to-back men on the path for the Wolves.
And that's just a beautiful piece of hitting right there from Pettigrew. And let me explain why I say that. He saw a curveball in the dirt before he hit that fastball over the middle. Anytime there's a curveball in the dirt and the pitcher falls behind, they're going to feel the pressure to get back into the count, even things up, or go back ahead. So you know you can see a fastball, a really good pitch to hit. And he just sits on it, doesn't try to do too much with it, just puts it up the middle. That was really just a great piece of hitting from Pettigrew. That's exactly what coaches teach you to do. And he came through right there with 2 runners on now for the Wolves.
Right fielder and DH have reached now. As a bunt is shown hard down the right field line. And right away, Dylan Kratz is tagged out. But guess what, Nick? He did his job.
Yeah, that was a beautiful bunt. You want it down the right side of the infield. In that situation, allows both runners to advance, makes first base crash. Just glad Kratz and the first baseman didn't get into a scuffle right there. Sometimes in those collisions where the first baseman has to tag the runner out, it can get a little bit chippy depending on how hard they run into each other.
You can get some hard feelings here and there, especially if you execute a bunt to that level. First baseman not always happy that he's got to be the one to pick up a sac bunt.
Yeah, and it can be awkward as a first baseman because you see the guy coming right towards you. You have to tag him to stay in that baseline. Probably feels a little bit like playing offensive line. You see a middle backer crashing towards you. You just got to body him up.
Little mound meeting between Swarbrick and his catcher, Andrew Ferry. Just trying to figure out how to deal with 2 runners in scoring position for the first time this afternoon. With Adam Goran at the plate. Breaking ball is the diagnosis.
15 RBIs on the season for Goran. So he's definitely familiar with pushing these runners over the plate.
4, 5, 6 all do pretty well. Now we're into the 7 spot, and second pitch is high for ball 2. Cooper McKee on third, less than 90 feet from the first run of the game for Desert Mountain.
Let's go back to that same situation we had with Pettigrew. 2 balls, no strikes. Could see a good pitch here.
And he does get a good pitch. He gets one right up the middle. Waved around is Pettigrew, and both will score. So Cooper McKee and Kyle Pettigrew find their way towards home, and Desert Mountain restores their advantage. It's 2-1.
Goran did a good job of really just playing copycat with Pettigrew's at bat. Let the pitcher fall behind. 2 balls on the scoreboard. Sit on that fastball and smoke it to center field. 2 great hits for the Wolves. End up giving them a 2-1 lead, but still a lot of potential for more Wolves offense with Goran on first base. 9 stolen bases on the season. That leads their team.
How does that change your ability to throw as a pitcher on the mound? Obviously, Swarbrick's done okay in this second frame. It's gotten away from him. Now you've got to deal with a runner and Jackson Maples at the plate at the same time.
It definitely makes you uncomfortable, makes you pay way more attention to it, and you can lose your focus. Here he goes.
Goran is going to get in there very easily. The throw is far as well. Luckily enough, a good backup by the shortstop, Ben Richards, to hold him at second.
And sometimes things just work out your way. Goran took off on a breaking ball. It was a tough pitch for the catcher to really control before firing down there. Obviously, he lifted it way too high, but also just not as fast as a pitch. You're going to get to second base a lot more often than not on those big looping breaking balls.
Now another runner in scoring position for DM. Jackson Maples, the center fielder, ahead in the count 2-0, and again another breaking ball just outside from Jack Swarbrick.
And see, that was an interesting transition from Swarbrick. The past 2 at bats where it's been 2-0 or 2-1. He's thrown that fastball over the plate and been really aggressive with it. After a few hits, he's going to start throwing that breaking ball more and more often, even if he's behind in the count.
3-0 from Swarbrick. Easy pitch, easy strike, 3-1.
It'd be great for Jackson Maples if he could pick up a hit here. He hasn't had the best of a season to his standards, hitting 143 this season with 3 total hits. He could, if he can find number 4 right here, go a long way with Goran in scoring position and plenty of speed.
Makes contact towards the hot corner. Good job to stay in front of it at the very least from Paradise Valley's third baseman, Brett Keene, but Jackson Maples finds the barrel of the bat and puts one in play.
I know that can go on the scorecard as an error, potentially, but Keene, that was a really good job of staying in front of that one. That one was hot off the bat of Maples. And when it has that top spin and just starts to dive, it can be really hard at third base to read if you need to pick that one or catch it in the air. It's just a tough play all around, but it does a good job of knocking it down because you hold Goran at second and really save a run, because if that one finds its way to the outfield, Goran's scoring.
With that speed, 100% of the time. Here's the catcher, Grant Murray. Stares at a first pitch strike with one out. Just the one here in the second inning.
Yeah, with Luke Moeller on the bench, one of the key players in this Desert Mountain roster, this is a great opportunity for Murray to show the coaches and the fans out here today what he has. And whoa, I think he took that one off the head.
Wild little pitch, but Grant Murray, a little bit of toughness as well, loads the bases for the top of the lineup.
That caught him off the cap of his head. I can't believe it. That's scary. And they're going to use a speed up. He is the catcher, so that could be customary, but you're probably more incentivized to use a runner after somebody takes one off the head.
Yeah, and the whole dugout's going to come right up to Grant Murray, make sure he's okay, give him some love, give him some checkups, and bases are loaded for Sean Strittmatter.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the number on the runner at first for the Wolves, so it's like it's number...
Those red on black is not the easiest combination to read.
I think it's number 8, Kelton Cross. Looks to be an 8 or a 0. There's no 0 on the roster, so I'd assume 8, Kelton Cross.
I'll say that's a good guess, Nick. I like that.
Doing my best here.
Elite color analysis. Nick Hogan, Varsity Sports Show.
Elite guessing, number guessing.
2-1 is the score. That one held in front, and he's just barely able to keep Adam Goran at third. 2-1 score, 1-0 count. Go ahead.
Another thing to mention, just from base running terms right here, it's a super deep backstop here at Desert Mountain, so anything that gets loose could be easier for slower runners to score, but also the grass in between the bases. It's definitely easier for those runners to speed up. For anybody who hasn't ran on baseball dirt, it's not as easy as metal cleats on grass. You can pick up your speed and accelerate a lot quicker. So they'll be running in the dirt on their way between first and second to third, but on the corners, out of home plate and coming into home plate, they should pick up a lot of speed, or at least you hope so.
Desert Mountain have battled back after going down 1-0. They're up 2-1 now. Second inning, offensive start here in the second frame. That one inside. It's a ball. It's 3-1. To Sean Strittmatter, lined out straight to center on the first pitch of the ball game.
Yeah, Swarbrick is really living on that inside corner right now. We saw him hit Murray, but he's missed inside a few times. It'll be interesting to see if...
That one popped straight up into the sky and gathered. A second out in the inning is an easy little play by the second baseman, Jacob Canner. As Leo Sarnataro, the second baseman, returns after striking out in the first inning. Bases loaded opportunity, just anything in the outfield. Scores one, possibly even two with Maples on second. And another mound meeting to come.
Yeah, I love that Ferry is going to go out there and meet with this pitcher, because this is a huge turning point in this ball game. I know it's only the bottom of the second inning, but score's 2-1 right now, anybody's game. But a big hit right here with the bases loaded can swing this game for the long term. That's something that the Trojans cannot afford to let happen.
And Sarnataro takes one on the back, a third hit by pitch already through the first two frames, and coming in to score is Adam Goran.
Yeah, he's really missing inside. Wonder if it's from a technical issue or something different with his pitch is not breaking the way he's expecting, but he'll have to make an adjustment. So he's been missing inside to righties, but now lefty Hank Smith in the box could make him feel a bit more confident.
That one gets away, though, and it was more outside than the other pitches have been. Bases still loaded. As the wind picks up, pretty sure you all can hear that. That one a little high and away as well, 2-0.
Yeah, I promise I'm not just breathing really heavy. It is windy.
It's a strong wind as it continues to roll, and maybe that had a part in just a little bit of the pause on the bump from Swarbrick. 2-0. Breaking ball in the dirt, but gathered by the catcher, and count is 3-0.
And so Swarbrick, it looks like, has had a little bit of command issues throughout the season. Does have 17 walks and only 25 innings thrown entering this game. It's almost a walk an inning.
This one hit off the butt end of the bat, and it's caught out there and left. So Desert Mountain strand 3, but score 3 in the second inning. They lead 3-1 over Paradise Valley on the Varsity Sports Show Network.
Chris Scott of RE/MAX is Central Oregon's best realtor for anyone thinking of a vacation home or relocation. He's our very own born and raised Phoenician who moved his family to Central Oregon nearly 15 years ago. Contact Chris if you're thinking of exploring beautiful Central Oregon. It truly is living at its best. 541-999-5614. Proud partner of the Varsity Sports Shows, it's Dylan. Pinnacle Pain and Spine's team of professionals are ready to help with that nagging head, neck, back pain, and arthritis with proven treatment as soon as your first visit. Dr. Matthew Crooks and his friendly team have the highest consumer ratings in trust, friendliness, and easy scheduling. They work with most insurance plans. With locations in Scottsdale, Chandler, and Fountain Hills, pinnaclepainaz.com or call 480-407-6400. Proud partner of the Varsity Sports Show and Fitness Minute with Tyler Mayer.
Are you unable to do the things you love? Do you know your daily habits could be better to enhance your quality of life? Are you suffering with chronic pain or chronic illness and can't find the right solution that works for you? Fix Body Group was created so you have a team of professionals to help you achieve your health goals and get you back to doing what you love again. In Scottsdale, go to fixbodygroup.com or call 480-795-5329. Fix Body Group, proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show and Fitness Minute with Tyler Mayer. This fall, the Varsity Sports Show is proud to present the Arizona High School Volleyball Game of the Week. Join us this fall when you'll catch your favorite teams going head-to-head in fast-paced volleyball action. Coaches, administrators, boosters, and fans partner up with the Varsity.
First pitch here in the third inning from Cooper Weeks is down and away for a ball as the pitcher Jared Swarbrick is due up for Paradise Valley, trying to help his own cause after giving up 3 with a little bit of a wild performance on the mound in the second inning.
He sure can help himself out. 6 home runs on the season. We mentioned that earlier, but hitting .415 on the year with 31 RBIs entering this game. Pretty impressive stat line to say the least from Swarbrick.
He's been doing the job at the plate all year, and now he's ahead in the count 2-1. Senior day for Desert Mountain. Couple of seniors, regular starters sitting out as Swarbrick gets a lot of that one, pushes it out towards right. It's high in the air and gathered from the right fielder for the Wolves. Cooper McKee makes the play, and the first out of the inning.
In right field, Cooper McKee might be battling the sun a little bit. I'm trying to get a good angle on up because we're lucky. We have some good shade from
Nice
a tree.
tree in our way.
But it looks like that sun could be right in the eyes of center field, right field, maybe second and first base as well, depending on the angle of the fly ball or pop-up.
Yadier Ortiz at home plate now and takes a look at strike one. Singled back in the first inning, his first time up now.
Yeah, he ripped a single up the middle. It was a really good piece of hitting. See if he can keep it up.
Weeks just trying to get away from him maybe on that one, 1-1. What's the thought process here? Second time through the lineup. This heart of the lineup for Paradise Valley kind of hits you really well if you're Cooper Weeks.
Yeah, I think Weeks is being a lot more careful. Look at how many breaking balls he's throwing here to Ortiz and Swarbrick. So I think that's the biggest adjustment is he's going to make these batters hit different pitches.
Swing and a miss from Molina. Those breaking balls worked on the designated hitter. 2 up, 2 down.
Absolutely. He's not going to get fooled twice. You rip one fastball, you might not see one again the rest of the afternoon. And that's what it takes to go from being a good hitter to being a great hitter, is being able to hit multiple difficult pitches. The guys that have a lot of power on breaking balls, they end up having really, really successful careers, because the older you get, you go from high school to college to whatever after that, it's just you see more and more diverse pitches rather than just fastball, curveball, changeup.
Did that one catch the foot of Gannon Aguilar? Umpire says it did, and Aguilar will trot on over to first.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that if we were playing soccer, but he'll take 90 feet.
Little free base for Aguilar after Weeks had done a really good job to start off the third inning. Had worked really well, had retired 5 straight, and that streak comes to an end. Rare little loss of command from Cooper Weeks as well.
2 outs on the board, though, so plenty to work with still for Weeks.
Cooper not even worried about the man on first, delivers a first pitch fouled off by Andrew Ferry.
One of the biggest things you can do as a pitcher when you're working on the stretch, the runner on first, is just change up the timing of your pause and your motion. Go quick one pitch, go a little bit longer the next pitch. Keep the runner guessing.
Ferry gets some of that one, pushes it over the right field line for foul ball number 2, 0-2 count.
The pitchers should really struggle with runners, the ones who get in a really strict routine where they come together and set, and it's 1-2 pitch every time, that same cadence. It can be really easy to time up as a runner, so Weeks have to keep his cadence mixed up, and he is right now. He's still way ahead of the batter.
One-two to Faherty. Weeks delivers. Swing and a miss. Faherty swings at a nasty little breaking ball.
That's how you use the breaking ball right there. Ortiz and Ferry will have plenty to talk about in the dugout, as Cooper Weeks' breaking ball is on the money once again.
2 Ks in the third for Cooper Weeks. Desert Mountain will get a chance to put the bats back in their hands for the bottom of the third when we come back.
The Varsity Sports Show is proud to present the Thursday and Saturday night high school football game of the week. Coaches, administrators, boosters, and fans partner up with the Varsity team to broadcast your games this fall. Choose from Thursday or Saturday night and have an exclusive audience on a big stage. Call or text us at 480-779-9437 right away and join our team. High school football action on Thursdays and Saturday nights this fall, brought to you by the Varsity Sports Show. Chris Scott of RE/MAX is Central Oregon's best realtor for anyone thinking of a vacation home or relocation. He's our very own born and raised Phoenician who moved his family to Central Oregon nearly 15 years ago. Contact Chris if you're thinking of exploring beautiful Central Oregon. It truly is living at its best. 541-999-5614. Proud partner of the Varsity Sports Shows, it's Dylan. Pinnacle Pain and Spine's team of professionals are ready to help with that nagging head, neck, back pain, and arthritis with proven treatment as soon as your first visit. Dr. Matthew Crooks and his friendly team have the highest consumer ratings in trust, friendliness, and easy scheduling. They work with most insurance plans. With locations in Scottsdale, Chandler, and Fountain Hills, pinnaclepainaz.com or call 480-407-6400. Proud partner of the Varsity Sports Show and Fitness Minute with Tyler Mayer. Are you unable to do the things you love? Do you know your daily habits could be better to enhance your quality of life? Are you suffering with chronic pain or chronic illness and can't find the right solution that works for you? Fix Body Group was created so you have a team of professionals to help you achieve your health goals and get you back to doing what you love again. In Scottsdale, go to fixbodygroup.com or call 480-795-5329. Fix Body Group, proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show and Fitness Minute with Tyler Mayer.
Second time leading off today for the 7-hitter Jackson Heat, and it's 7-8-9 for Desert Mountain. Sorry, check that. Desert Mountain is batting. That is actually Cooper McKee. I was going to say, that didn't look like Jackson Heaton. as McKee gets to work here in the third inning. Was hit by a pitch, got all the way around to score for Desert Mountain last inning. And the count is now 1-1.
Yeah, Cooper McKee really sparked that rally by getting hit by that pitch. Last thing, as you mentioned, Ryan. And so you always feel weird as a batter when you get hit by a pitch because it's a good thing, but also you want to get that feeling of picking up a hit without feeling like, hey, man, the pitcher just hit me.
Yeah.
Right? So it feels a little bit, I don't want to know what the right word is. Like it just happens. It doesn't feel self-inflicted. So it'd be nice for McKee's mentality if he could pick up a hit here.
Lots of pitches inside. Cooper arguing his case, but it's a strikeout looking for Cooper McKee.
Yeah, he got pretty lippy there with the umpire. Surprised the umpire didn't have more words for him as he was pretty consistent. That was the wrong call, but that can always be hard as an umpire because with a lot of those late breaking balls, it's about where the pitch crosses the plate, not where it finishes. But at the same time, it can be really easy to just look at where that pitch finishes, and if the catcher frames it just right, those pitchers can pick up those calls. That happens at the MLB level, and those guys are professionals where they get fooled at times. So, of course, that can happen here at high school level.
1-0 count to Kyle Pettigrew is pushed off over the right field line. So now it's 1-1, and it's a good start in this third inning for the man on the mound, Jared Swarbrick, after a really rough second inning.
And although you do want to argue your case, that can sometimes backfire depending on the umpire, right?
Umpire's not going to like you anymore. You've kind of burned a bridge, maybe.
That's the guy you want to be friends with. If there ever is one, that's the guy.
1-1, 1 out. Pettigrew swing and a miss.
No, not super on point, but I think we have to mention that Pettigrew might have the best shoe game out of the players this afternoon. So why Adidas look pretty dang good.
Especially with how clean they are as well. That one down in the dirt.
It must be new.
Either new or he does arguably the best job I've ever seen a baseball player do of keeping them clean.
Not even sure if bleach can perform that miracle with this red dirt.
That one pushed right over the second baseman into right field. A second hit of the day for Kyle Pettigrew, 2 for 2.
Yeah, whether it's the shoes or the pretty swing, Pettigrew is really racking up the base hits this afternoon. Comes by way of another fastball over the plate, pushing it to right field.
You absolutely love a little opposite field. Just drop her right into the right field line from a right-handed batter.
Absolutely. Great opportunity now for Kratz, hitting .321 on the season, to move him around with 1 out.
Dillon takes a defensive swing, we'll call it. Fouls one right over the bleachers.
Kratz is a pretty fast runner. So most of the time you think, okay, 1 runner on, 1 out. Let's try to get that double play. But it can be tough with Kratz at the plate, depending on where it's hit. But he's pretty speedy.
0-1's in the dirt from Swarbrick. Delivers, it's high, 2-1.
2-1 count. We've seen this before with the Wolves. This is when you can sit fastball. It's when they've been picking up their hits. Has been in this count.
Looking for it, thrown in there. Strike 2.
It was there. He thought it was a little bit out of the zone. Desert Mountain bench not happy about these calls. So, you know, I'm not a psychologist, but I sense a little bit of awkwardness or tension growing between the umpire and that third base dugout.
Certainly could be possible. I mean, you're looking at it, you're going, that is an uncharacteristically small zone for the high school level, what we've seen so far. But also other times it kind of opens itself up. So it hasn't been the cleanest stuff from the umpire behind home plate already. Breaking ball in the dirt, full count coming.
Yeah, full count now, 1 out on the board. 1 out feels way different than 2. Be great for the Wolves if Kratz could rack up a hit. Or that.
Walk works as well. Moves Pettigrew to second, and you get one of your fastest players on the roster on the base path as well.
And speaking of fast, here comes Adam Goran.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's a reason I'm not calling him the fastest player definitively on the roster, because that would be the shortstop Adam Goran, who comes to the plate now after a single and a score in the second.
And still, with all the forces out there on the base paths, the possibility of a double play is still out there, but it'll be tough with Goran's speed, as well as Kratz at first.
First pitch ball from Swarbrick, who, again, started off with a nice little strikeout look into Cooper McKee, arguably the best hitter on this DM roster, but has since given up 2 base runners, and Adam Goran trying to make it 3 as he fouls one off.
And if there was no outs on the board, you could maybe bunt Goran and try to move 2 runners in the scoring position, but with only 1 out, you gotta love that he's able to swing away with full confidence.
One and one is gathered by Grant Murray. Sorry, not Grant Murray. My apologies. The catcher is Andrew Ferry, but it's outside the zone, 2-1. That one's high, so you go low, then back to the upper end of the strike zone. You don't get either. It's 3-1.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough sliding around for Swarbrick. He's really been flirting with all the corners of the zone. Just hasn't been able to truly lock in yet, but he sure is close. He needs a strike here.
3-1. There's the strike. He got it. Full count coming.
So full count situation now. Goran's got to be ready to swing. Swarbrick doesn't want to load up these bases, so you got to be thinking strike the whole way.
He does swing on it. It's popped straight up into the sky, and again, for the second time in as many innings, right underneath it is Jacob Canner, second out of the inning.
His name is Jacob Kwar.
Is it W?
W. It's a W. Yeah, you guys.
The
Somebody had
handwriting
it
was
right.
chicken
Yeah, it's
scratch.
W. Yeah, thank you.
Jacob Kwar. There you go. The mother tells us we are wrong, and we will definitively agree with her.
We love to be corrected.
You know, you can't always get the best handwriting on those lineup cards. It did look like an N. We kind of briefly debated it was a W, didn't we, Nick?
Yeah, we did. I was the one who said it was an N, so I will totally take that blame. But if we're being honest, translating a baseball coach's lineup card can be like
They always
translating.
suck.
It's like translating an ancient Egyptian hieroglyphic sometimes. You just do your best.
It's always bad
It's
handwriting.
hard.
That one inside from Swarbrick, and it's ball 2. Swarbrick looking to get out of an inning after giving up a couple base runners. Jackson Maples facing a now 2-0 count in his favor. Looking pretty good for Desert Mountain here in the third frame. 2-0. Good little breaking ball. 2-1.
That was a nasty breaking ball there. Just buckled him at the knees.
2-1 is high and inside as well, right at the neck.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised he didn't go back to it. Maples looked like he didn't want anything to do with that breaking ball. Although I do get the idea behind not wanting to throw a pitch twice in a row. But 3-1 count now. I wonder if he'll flirt with that breaking ball, if he's too worried about throwing it in the zone, go back to the fastball. It's going to be the
3-1.
fastball.
That fastball does come. It's popped up right over our heads. Full count coming. Little guy going to go try and find the baseball. Full count. Inside for ball 4. Bases loaded once more. Jackson Maples makes way for Grand Murray.
Yeah, Paradise Valley, I thought they had strike number 3 right there. And maybe for good reason. That pitch looks pretty good. But the umpire rules in favor of the Wolves. Maples will reach base on a walk.
Bases loaded for the second straight inning. DM took 3 in the second inning, looking to take a couple more here.
Grant Murray is heading towards the bench.
Little pinch hitter scenario. You got to think so. Big spot to knock a couple more runs in.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's Luke Muller getting ready just because.
Catcher.
Yeah, that would make sense, but I'm trying to get an eye on it.
Toby Harr.
Toby Harr. Toby Harr is going to hit for the catcher.
Have seen Toby play catcher once or twice this season. Harr 227 on the year, so maybe not the same bat that Luke Muller is, but concept applies just the same.
Yeah, Harr is most well known for his work he does on the mound. But this is a great opportunity for him to make a name for himself at the plate. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 2-run ball game. He could open this one up.
Into pinch hit. First pitch is in the dirt. Ball 1 to Toby Harr.
I know you said you're a fan of golf, Ryan, but the one glove approach here, but from Harr, almost like a golfer.
Yeah, it's an interesting little look as he puts one right off the edge of the bat. It's a chopper. Is he going to leg it out? Not the most perfect piece of hitting from Toby Harr, but effective nonetheless. He drives in a run.
Yeah, that's why stats are weird. That'll go down as a hit, but really it was just a swinging bunt. And Paradise Valley's infield was rightfully not ready for that, just because you're going to play back with 2 outs, be expecting anything hard on the ground, but that dribbler is just out in the Bermuda Triangle. Nobody's going to find it.
A lot of no man's land for PV third baseman Brett Keene, who's had a rough go at times out there. Back to the top of the order. Strike 1 thrown to Sean Strittmatter, 0 for 2. Little pop fly to second in the second inning and a line out to center in the first. That one hit hard, again out towards right field. Paradise Valley are going to go grab it and claim it, get out of the inning. They strand 3, but give up a run. It's 4-1 Wolves. PV will bat in the top of the 4th.
This fall, the Varsity Sports Show is proud to present the Arizona High School Volleyball Game of the Week. Join us this fall when you'll catch your favorite teams going head-to-head in fast-paced volleyball action. Coaches, administrators, boosters, and fans partner up with the varsity team to broadcast your games this fall. Call or text us at 480-779-9437 right away and join our team. High school volleyball action this fall, brought to you by the Varsity Sports Show. The Varsity Sports Show is proud to present the Thursday and Saturday night high school football game of the week. Coaches, administrators, boosters, and fans partner up with the varsity team to broadcast your games this fall. Choose from Thursday or Saturday night and have an exclusive audience on a big stage. Call or text us at 480-779-9437 right away and join our team. High school football action on Thursdays and Saturday nights this fall, brought to you by the Varsity Sports Show. Chris Scott of RE/MAX is Central Oregon's best realtor for anyone thinking of a vacation home or relocation. He's our very own, born and raised Phoenician who moved his family to Central Oregon nearly 15 years ago. Contact Chris if you're thinking of exploring beautiful Central Oregon. It truly is living at its best. 541-999-5614. Proud partner of the Varsity Sports Shows, it's Dylan.
Jackson Heeden, the 7-hitter, leads off for the second time today. It's 7-8-9, Heeden, Keene, and Ferry. And a first pitch strike from Cooper Weeks, who after a tough first frame has calmed down just a little bit.
Yeah, I think Cooper Weeks has really been finding his groove lately. Started off a little bit rocky against this Trojan lineup, but he's slowly growing more and more accustomed. It's, in my opinion, really due to his use of the breaking ball, as we saw last inning. As long as he is able to find the zone with that pitch, they can really mix up these Trojan batters and keep them on their toes.
That one fouled off the left side. 2-1. All right, 1-2, we'll call it. Other way around. Still a little rusty as a lot of that one as it's pushed out towards center. Back at the wall, hits the fence. Chance to tag him out at second. Unable to grab it is Sarnataro, the second baseman, and a leadoff double for Jackson Heaton.
Yeah, that ball was absolutely smashed. 10 more push-ups and it's probably over the fence. Nevertheless, an absolute bomb off the bat of Jackson Heaton.
That wind helped it all it could, but couldn't quite push it over the 377 mark. Brett Keene will come in and try and drive him in.
We mentioned this earlier, but Brett Keene, 12 RBIs on the season. Also the 500 on-base percentage entering the game. So he's a guy you'd love to have at the plate in this situation.
0-1. High and inside. That'll even up the count. And Nick, we saw it. We talked about it just a little bit with the production that this lineup possesses at times. Obviously, Brett Keene, really good batter. Ferry got on, almost scored in that second inning as well. Just to continue pushing that agenda, what does it mean to Ira Jeffers to have production out of the back end of the lineup like that?
Well, you never feel dead, even when you're down, right? Because it can be really easy to feel down at any point in baseball, but even more easy when you feel like it's going to take you 2 innings to get back to the meat of your order, and that's the only way you can score. Where when you're bottom end of the order, I know it's a strikeout right there from Keene, but normally when this bottom end of the order is putting up runs, you feel really confident going into any frame, not just the ones where your top 4 are up there, which if you follow baseball, that only happens 3 to 4 times a game, maybe. And when you have your back end of the order hitting the ball, you feel way more confident throughout the entire game, not just half of the game.
And here's the neat little box presence of the 9-hitter center fielder Chris Faherty, who took a check swing, went far enough, it looked like he did at least, and other umpire says he didn't.
Yeah, Blue says he didn't.
Got away with one, you think?
Maybe so.
1-0 to Faherty, who again, as we just talked about with Keene when we were discussing the production at the back end of the lineup, he got on, almost got around, was tossed out at home in the second frame. That kind of started the momentum turn. That one chopped towards Leo Sarnataro, who tosses him out. But Faherty advances Heaton over to third.
So Sarnataro's gotten a lot of work over there at second base today, but that's really might be his most textbook play thus far. Anytime you see a big hop like that, you have 2 options. You either have to charge really early on it and get it off that big hop, or you have to sit back and be patient and wait for it to bounce up towards your chest. What you can't do is awkwardly approach it and try to short hop, and that's when those errors happen. But he plays that ball super well and gets the easy out at first.
Leadoff hitter Ben Richards stares at strike 1.
And that's got to be the nice part about taking those hops from second base is you can be patient and wait on it just because you have such a short throw. If you're at third or short, you don't really have that luxury. You got to get it as soon as you can.
Toss over to third. Is it in time? Yes, it is. Was that a signal of a
I believe they called him safe.
umpire?
He looked like he was going to call out.
That's my fault. From our angle, we got the umpire standing right in between the mound and second base. Kind of just took a swing at it. It was a swing out, not a swing in, but you couldn't really tell from where we were sitting. And then a responsible strike right after that from Cooper Weeks.
I know we mentioned it earlier, but this breaking ball is really, really helping Cooper Weeks control this lineup. He's finding the strike zone with it consistently, and it allows his fastball right there to come back into action. Go curveball, come right back at him with an inside fastball. That's absolutely nasty. What a job from Cooper Weeks.
Back-to-back 2K innings from Cooper Weeks. Desert Mountain have turned the defense alive. They lead 4-1, and they'll get the chance to bat once more when we return.
Pinnacle Pain and Spine's team of professionals are ready to help with that nagging head, neck, back pain, and arthritis with proven treatment as soon as your first visit. Dr. Matthew Crooks and his friendly team have the highest consumer ratings in trust, friendliness, and easy scheduling. They work with most insurance plans. With locations in Scottsdale, Chandler, and Fountain Hills, pinnaclepainaz.com or call 480-407-6400. Proud partner of the Varsity Sports Show and Fitness Minute with Tyler Mayer.
Are you unable to do the things you love? Do you know your daily habits could be better to enhance your quality of life? Are you suffering with chronic pain or chronic illness and can't find the right solution that works for you? Fix Body Group was created so you have a team of professionals to help you achieve your health goals and get you back to doing what you love again. In Scottsdale, go to fixbodygroup.com or call 480-795-5329. Fix Body Group, proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show and Fitness Minute with Tyler Mayer. This fall, the Varsity Sports Show is proud to present the Arizona High School Volleyball Game of the Week. Join us this fall when you'll catch your favorite teams going head-to-head in fast-paced volleyball action. Coaches, administrators, boosters, and fans partner up with the varsity team to broadcast your games this fall. Call or text us at 480-779-9437 right away and join our team. High school volleyball action this fall, brought to you by the Varsity Sports Show. The Varsity Sports Show is proud to present the Thursday and Saturday night high school football game of the week. Coaches, administrators, boosters, and fans partner up with the varsity team to broadcast your games this fall. Choose from Thursday or Saturday night and have an exclusive audience on a big stage. Call or text us at 480-779-9437 right away and join our team. High school football action on Thursdays and Saturday nights this fall, brought to you by the Varsity Sports Show.
Chris Scott of RE/MAX is Central Oregon's best realtor for anyone thinking of a vacation home or relocation. He's our very own born and raised Phoenician who moved his family to Central Oregon nearly 15 years ago. Contact Chris if you're thinking of exploring beautiful Central Oregon. It truly is living at its best. 541-999-5614. Proud partner of the Varsity Sports Shows, it's Dylan.
New pitcher in the game for the Trojans. Day done for Jared Swarbrick. He's replaced by Aaron Bird. Nick, Bird, maybe not the most, what's the word we're going to look for here? Maybe not the most exciting replacement if you're going to go to your pen.
Yeah, he's not going to kill you on the stat sheet where you're absolutely nervous if you're the Wolves, but he seems to be pretty consistent. He gave up 17 hits in the 17 innings he's thrown for a total of 19 runs, 12 of those earned. But the number that is a little bit different than that is 28 strikeouts through those 17 innings. So 28 strikeouts, those are 17 hits. So that looks to be a pretty up and down number. So we'll see what version of Bird we get this afternoon.
Right away from Aaron, it's 2 balls.
That's what's so interesting about stats is they can really reveal different things and paint things that aren't necessarily true. And sometimes they're representations of the exact truth.
They can reveal everything or nothing at all. 2-0 is just outside the zone. Free pitch coming. That 28 strikeouts is a pretty impressive number, but I don't know about you. I'm more impressed with the lettuce letting loose in the back. It's kind of a theme for Paradise Valley.
Absolutely. They all have long hair.
And a 4-pitch walk to open from the long-haired Aaron Bird.
Yeah, and that's one thing we noticed during the national anthem is all the Trojans have long hair. Maybe it's some type of a team camaraderie thing or just complete coincidence.
Well, it can't be like I'm not going to cut my hair till we lose a game. Again, 13-5, and more importantly, 1-3 in their last 4 after a 12-2 start. They jumped out of the gate, the Trojans from Paradise Valley. Since then, have kind of trickled back down to earth. Currently the 13 seed in 5A, which is a playoff spot if you're counting like I am. That's my job to count. It'd be their first top 16 placement since 2016.
That's pretty impressive because this is a tough region. You have Desert Mountain and Horizon in competition.
Tough to navigate through.
Absolutely. And with that being said, you hear third place in the division or the region, you may say, oh, well, they're only in third place. But in a region like this, that's nothing to be ashamed about. Super impressive.
Sarnataro giving Birds some trouble on first base. Thrown over there twice now. Bird looks it off. 1-0 to Hank Smith. Sarnataro goes. It's rifled in between the gap, and Sarnataro's going to get waved all the way home. He's going to come around from first. Tag at the plate is never going to come. Leo Sarnataro makes it 5-1.
That was just perfect circumstances for the Wolves. Because Sarnataro took off, it forced the second baseman to rush towards second to cover the bag, right as Hank Smith rifled a line drive to where the second baseman once was. Left a huge hole in that part of the infield that allowed Sarnataro to go from first all the way to home on a single.
Just like they drew it up, in the words of Conrad Hamilton, the Desert Mountain football coach. Perfect piece of hitting from Hank Smith, who's then attempted to be picked off at first base again from Bird, who's not doing well with the base runners. It's kind of giving him a little bit of jitters. Good little breaking ball in for strike one to Cooper McKee.
Yeah, nothing will break the jitters like that. Absolutely great breaking ball, great late motion on it. When it has that late motion, it just looks like it's going to be way too high to the batter, and it breaks down to the last second, just in time for the blue to rule a strike.
And right away it comes back.
That was a good pickoff move. They just weren't able to hold on to the ball. That's Aguilar playing first base over there. He had a good pick, just wasn't able to hold on to it the whole way.
0-1. High from Bird. 1-1.
Go adjust.
These hits they just seem to be going in the right places for Desert Mountain to have success. Balls really just rolling their way. You look up there at the scoreboard, both these teams 6 hits apiece, but big difference in the run section.
Breaking ball. Sorry, go ahead.
That just comes with runners in scoring position and hitting into the right gap. So like that ball off of Hank Smith's bat was really just in the perfect place. And that's how all of the Wolves' hits have felt this afternoon. Everything just seems to be going their way.
Including the wind at their backs right now, flowing straight behind home plate towards the outfield. As that pitch is in there from strike two. 4 strike 2.
Two strikes now. So he'll have to shorten up his swing, fight off anything dirty.
McKee pushes one over the right field line and foul.
McKee is hitting well over 400 this season. Entered the game with 22 RBIs. That number is leading the team. 2 home runs as well, so he has some serious power, especially with this wind.
Explosivity from the 4-hitter. Faces the 2-2 and pushes one foul once more. DM having a little bit of fun with the scoreboard. It currently reads 2-3 as they reset it now, finally.
And a dribbler to the right field line is not the prettiest hit or the most attractive hit, but I just love seeing that defensive swing. 2 strikes. He's not going to watch a potential strike 3 go by, so he's just going to fight it off and see another pitch. That's a really good piece of veteran hitting from McKee.
2-2. No outs. Pitch is high. Full count on the way. Runner on first is Hank Smith. Go ahead, Nick, once more.
Last thing Bird wants to do is put another runner in scoring position. You got to think that he would throw whatever he thinks his best pitch is right here, that he can get in the zone.
Smith chops one to second. It's gathered. They're trying to go for the double play. They got the lead runner, but not the trail runner. And Cooper McKee will get a chance to run on the base path.
Yeah, it's always going to be hard to cap off a double play like that when the ground ball takes such a large hop. The infielders have to wait for that one to come back down to earth. That can eat up a lot of time and really take the double play opportunity away like it did right there.
Here's Kyle Pettigrew now. DH is 2 for 2 with a pair of singles.
Yeah, he's been as consistent as could be thus far.
Stares at a first pitch strike and pushed them both out to the right side of the field as well. So some opposite side of the field hitting skill is just to throw it out there. Back-to-back solid pitches from Bird, maybe starting to gather a bit of a groove.
That was a great start from Bird. Both those pitches were right on the corner. Tough break for Pettigrew as he's left in that borderline of, do I swing? Do I watch it? Chooses to watch both. Now he's down 0-2.
Runner goes. Throw over to second is just a couple of inches away from being a really good one. Cooper McKee steals a base.
It's a good job of Cooper McKee getting down in his slide relatively early. Late slide, they can sometimes catch you on the shoulder up high. With a great slide, it makes that play even harder for the defense.
Runner in scoring position now for Pettigrew, who pops one high into the sky. First baseman trying to get underneath it. And just looks like he did.
I don't believe he did.
Take a look at it. Ball hit the turf. Kyle Pettigrew will step back in. We got a dugout in our way, folks.
Yeah, we couldn't see that one, but just looking at the reaction of the Paradise Valley fans around us.
Didn't seem too concerned. I don't know if half of them could see it either, to be fair. But we work with an 0-2 count to Pettigrew. Wind picks up big time. And strike three, Pettigrew stares at it for a good long while. First time he's been retired on the afternoon.
So Pettigrew breaks his little hot hitting spree. 2 hits earlier today. Picks up a strikeout, but now Kratz with an opportunity to score McKee. He's taken off.
Trying to steal third. Never had a chance. Catch and toss between catcher and third baseman. Inning over. 1 run scores for Desert Mountain. We're through 4. Wolves lead 5-1.
Pinnacle Pain and Spine's team of professionals are ready to help with that nagging head, neck, back pain, and arthritis with proven treatment as soon as your first visit. Dr. Matthew Crooks and his friendly team have the highest consumer ratings in trust, friendliness, and easy scheduling. They work with most insurance plans. With locations in Scottsdale, Chandler, and Fountain Hills, pinnaclepainaz.com or call 480
Are you unable to do the things you love? Do you know your daily habits could be better to enhance your quality of life? Are you suffering with chronic pain or chronic illness and can't find the right solution that works for you? Fix Body Group was created so you have a team of professionals to help you achieve your health goals and get you back to doing what you love again. In Scottsdale, go to fixbodygroup.com or call 480-795-5329. Fix Body Group, proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show and Fitness Minute with Tyler Mayer. This fall, the Varsity Sports Show is proud to present the Arizona High School Volleyball Game of the Week. Join us this fall when you'll catch your favorite teams going head-to-head in fast-paced volleyball action. Coaches, administrators, boosters, and fans partner up with the varsity team to broadcast your games this fall. Call or text us at 480-779-9437 right away and join our team. High school volleyball action this fall, brought to you by the Varsity Sports Show.
It's Jacob Kawar who leads it off in the 5th inning as Nick Hogan misplaces his much-needed information.
Yeah, it was just taken by Mother Nature down below the bleacher. Just my pen. We'll get it after the game.
That wind is gnarly enough to take anything. Second pitch is right over the head of Kawar. Only thing it hasn't taken is a home run straight over the fence. Almost had one a couple of innings ago. That was the double by Jackson Heeden.
Yeah, that was an absolute bomb. It was just a few feet away from clearing the fence.
And Kawar ahead in the count 3-0 through all of that. Free pitch goes and comes for ball. Strike one. There we go. Figured that one out. 3-1 the count.
Great opportunity for Kwar. He's going to see a strike here.
Kwar fouls it off into the dirt and straight back. Full count.
Love that aggressive swing from Kwar. 3-1. A lot of batters can be really inclined to just watch that pitch no matter what. Hope for the walk, but Kwar shows his confidence by taking a hack at that fastball.
Full count. Kwar stares at it. 3 straight strikes and a K to open up the inning for Cooper Weeks, who has made it through 4 in the third now. 6 Ks through that 4 and a third for Weeks. Jared Swarbrick comes up.
He's the engine of this Trojan offense. If they want to get back into this game, it'll start with Jared Swarbrick.
4 straight strikes now from Weeks, and Swarbrick, to be fair, did score the only run way back in the first inning for Paradise Valley. Singled and then got all the way around. Pushes that one out to center field. It's going to be a routine fly ball and a good catch for Jackson Maples. 2 up, 2 down.
This is a super difficult part of the order for Cooper Weeks to get through, but he was really mowing through them. Pretty quick at bats. Retiring both Kwar and Swarbrick. He looked at make it 3 in a row if he can retire Ortiz here, who picked up a hit earlier in the game, but then had an ugly strikeout most recently. And that is how he got the strikeout, was with nasty breaking balls like that. So, as you would expect, Cooper Weeks going right back at him with that same stuff.
Weeks trying to work it out. He's retired 4 straight, trying to get Ortiz, and gets a strike in there on the DH Yadi Ortiz.
Weeks is really picking up the pace here. He's working on the stretch, which he has been all game, but if you notice, he's not pausing for very long. He is coming right at these batters. A little bit of quick pitching, which I think is super smart on his behalf. You see Ortiz call a timeout right there, trying to throw him a little bit off that rhythm, but here is really picking up the pace to Ortiz. You gotta think that timeout might be in consequence of that.
2-1. Yachty puts one in there right down the pipe. And a nice little single from the designated hitter, Yadier Ortiz, makes himself 2 for 3 on the afternoon and ends a good little stretch from Cooper Weeks.
Absolutely. Cooper Weeks is on fire, but man, Yadi Ortiz, 2 for 3 day. He's been pretty fantastic thus far. And not just little loopers out there. He's hit 2 line drives. I mean, we obviously don't have the tech to do exit velocity, but those gotta be pretty impressive numbers.
Exit velocity is fast. That's what we'll call it. Gannon Aguilar up now.
That's fair. Fast.
Fast, slow. I guess pretty much all little liners straight up the middle will be pretty quick. Ortiz, a bit of some rough base running as well. Thought the ball was going to get past and got stranded, made it back in time. A lot of that has to do, I bet you, with the deep backstop here. You think maybe a ball gets past a little bit, you can kind of just run and go. Grant Murray fools him. That one's in the dirt, gets away, and Yadi Ortiz gets his free base. He's going for 3. He's going to chug on over to third base. Down and safe. Yadier Ortiz gets 2 free bags, puts himself 90 feet from home.
What a job by Yadi Ortiz. I was not ready for him to steal 2 bases right there.
I don't think he was ready for him to steal 2 bases.
I don't think Desert Mountain was ready. I don't think anybody was expecting that. But man, it just worked out. And he's standing on third, 90 feet away.
Maybe his mother was ready for him to steal 2.
Somebody out there.
Mother's intuition. Swing and a miss on a 2-1 count. Evens it up to Gannon Aguilar.
We've mentioned that deep backstop. It can be hard to track down the baseball as well if the catcher loses it. A lot of space to work with, and that really benefits the base runners more than anything.
Aguilar really choked up on the bat.
2-strike approach. He's He's going to shorten up that swing. 2 outs, though. He'll have to find the turf somewhere out there in the outfield to score Ortiz.
Full count. Found the dirt. The dirt found him. Foul ball. It's 3-2 still.
But yeah, he is really choked up on that bat. Oh, 3 inches at least.
Almost touching the barrel. Made contact, but pushed it foul. Let's go for round 3. This one chopped and foul once again. Nice little battle from Gannon Aguilar on Cooper Weeks.
Got to come back on with the strike. It's one of the benefits of being a batter in a full count situation is you can expect to strike the whole way. Unless a pitcher really does make a mistake and throws one out of the zone.
He did not throw it out of the zone. It's strike 3 from Cooper Weeks. Aguilar thought he had a walk right on the fine line of it all. And Cooper Weeks has thrown 4 straight scoreless. On the bump for Desert Mountain, they lead 5-1 over Paradise Valley.
The Varsity Sports Show is proud to present the Thursday and Saturday night high school football game of the week. Coaches, administrators, boosters, and fans partner up with the varsity team to broadcast your games this fall. Choose from Thursday or Saturday night and have an exclusive audience on a big stage. Call or text us at 480-779-9437 right away and join our team. High school football action on Thursdays and Saturday nights this fall, brought to you by the Varsity Sports Show. Chris Scott of RE/MAX is Central Oregon's best realtor for anyone thinking of a vacation home or relocation. He's our very own born and raised Venetian who moved his family to Central Oregon nearly 15 years ago. Contact Chris if you're thinking of exploring beautiful Central Oregon. It truly is living at its best. 541-999-5614. Proud partner of the Varsity Sports Shows, it's Dylan. Pinnacle Pain and Spine's team of professionals are ready to help with that nagging head, neck, back pain, and arthritis with proven treatment as soon as your first visit. Dr. Matthew Crooks and his friendly team have the highest consumer ratings in trust, friendliness, and easy scheduling. They work with most insurance plans. With locations in Scottsdale, Chandler, and Fountain Hills, pinnaclepainaz.com or call 480-407-6400. Proud partner of the Varsity Sports Show and Fitness Minute with Tyler Mayer. This fall, the Varsity Sports Show is proud to present the Arizona High School Volleyball Game of the Week. Join us this fall when you'll catch your favorite teams going head-to-head in fast-paced volleyball action. Coaches, administrators, boosters, and fans partner up with the varsity team to broadcast your games this
Bottom of the 5th inning, Dylan Kratz leads it off for DM. Takes strike 1, and it's a game that started off 4 runs in the first 2 frames, has turned into a bit more of a defensive battle. We've only seen 2 runs since then.
Yeah, it's slowed down a lot. It was an offensive explosion a little bit. Maybe explosion is a little bit too hyperbolic, but a lot of offense that started this ball game, but it slowed down a lot for certain.
Both those 2 runs after those first 2 frames coming the way for Desert Mountain. That one chopped towards short. Tough toss. Couldn't hold on to it. Good job by Dylan Kratz. Shows the speed, legs it out.
Yeah, tough break for Gannon Aguilar. Thought he had that one picked, just popped out of his web. So Kratz will stay there at first base. This is a great opportunity, too, for Adam Goran. Feels like Adam Goran has come to the plate a lot today with runners on base. He's come through a few times.
Yeah, that second inning he arrived, a couple runners on, drove in 2. That third inning up, got on with a couple on. Sadly, popped one up. And takes a lead in the count 1-0.
So a ton of speed here at the plate and at first base. I know we've said that each time these guys have come up, but that's just because they're fast. I mean, what else can I say?
You
They're really
can't say
fast.
anything. It just seems to be the theme with especially the bottom half of the lineup for Desert Mountain. Lots of guys who can just put one in play and leg one out, get a chance for the top end of the lineup to really make some deep contact and drive them home. 2-0 is high as well from Bird. 3-0 the count, and for Aaron Bird for that matter, slow start, picked it up to end that fourth frame and has now come out in the fifth. A little bit rusty. Just finds the inside corner on the bottom side of the zone, and 3-1 off the free pitch. You can't miss on that one. You got to just kind of put one in the zone anywhere you can.
Yeah, it all starts with throwing strikes. Walks will really eat you up as a pitcher. You got to control what you can control, and that's throwing strikes.
And he doesn't throw a strike there. 5-pitch walk, puts runners on first and second. Both of them can score if anything is put in the outfield.
So Jackson Maples to the plate now. While we have a second during this mound visit, it's probably fair to mention that as Maples is hitting under 200, you could have two different approaches here. You could say, okay, we have a guy who's hitting under 200. Let's bunt these two fast guys over and have runners on second and third. One hit scores both. Or you could say, hey, we have a lead. We want to get Maples going and get him on track. So let's let him swing away and try to build some confidence. And I could really see both of those perspectives.
Looks like Ryan Dyer is going to let him swing away, as no bunt was shown on the first pitch. Count is 0-1.
Which, if you're looking outside of this game, it's probably the best long-term move. There's a short-term move as he shows bunt.
So a little bit of both from Ryan Dyer. And maybe, just maybe, the long-term look is to aid a team that has potential to go deep. If they can't necessarily win the championship, they've certainly got semi-final potential. Right now ranked 10th. 2 wins to end the season. They also play Gilbert as well. So if they can grab 3 wins to end the season off on a high note, you could maybe just see them sneak into that 8 seed. Bunt shown again. Got a piece of it. And finally the umpire signals foul. So we'll make Dylan Kratz go all the way back to where he was.
Yeah, Maples really, he needs to keep this barrel of the bat on top of the baseball. Anytime you drop your barrel as a batter while you're trying to bunt, a number of bad things happen. Either a foul ball, you whiff the bunt, or you pop it up. That's worst case scenario, and your runners are caught in double play danger. If you keep your bat head up, you'll keep that bunt on the ground.
1-2 to Maples. Is outside, 2-2. And back to where we were going with it, though. That long-term approach, would you prefer, I mean, you said you can see both points of view. Would you prefer either or? I mean, it feels like the long-term view when you're a team like Desert Mountain trying to contend for the crown is bigger, as the 2-2 is delivered high. But that long-term view probably a little bit more important than the short-term view of getting a run on the board here?
Absolutely. With the way Cooper Weeks is pitching, I think you've just got to trust that Paradise Valley isn't going to pick up any more runs on him. And so if you have a lot of faith in your pitching staff, I think you go with the long-term approach and just let Maples swing away here, especially if you have confidence in the batters following him, which I believe Coach Ryan Dyer does. But, I mean, a lot of coaches are going to say, hey, we always focus on the now. It's all about the now.
But go one game at a time. Classic little coach speak. Nick Hogan, you can do it all, man. Old school coach, swung on, high fly ball. Who's going to get underneath it? Lots of bodies converging, and it's not claimed by anybody. The tag-ups might just aid them. That throw is high. All sorts of stuff going wrong for Paradise Valley. Kratz scores, makes it 6-1. And Goran moves to third, and maybe more importantly, Jackson Maples gets on the base path, even if it is a little bit jammy.
It looked great. It got scary, then it got ugly. Tough break for Paradise Valley, although those pop-ups in this wind can be super tough to deal with, especially when you're playing second base and running back at such a tough angle. That's always a hard play to make, but You've got to get that throw down. You can't let a run to score. You can't allow a run to score in that situation. So now Desert Mountain takes a 6-1 lead.
Nightmare scenario for Aaron Bird and Paradise Valley. A chance to get an out and hold runners at first and second. And instead, a run scores, and now you've got 2 runners on second and third with no outs in the inning. It could be a big frame if the defense can't figure it out for the Trojans.
Absolutely. It'll be interesting to watch for sure. Looks like they're going to keep Bird on the mound, which makes sense. That wasn't necessarily Bird's fault. Got the batter to pop it up, and that's really all you can ask of from your pitcher. Runners on second and third now. What's tough about this situation is
There's no runner on second anymore.
oh, they called it may have been infield fly.
Yeah, I think they did call the infield fly rule, which, I mean, you can see it applying, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean it was other than that's a tough call for sure. I mean infield fly is technically just has to be made by an infielder, but still that ball carried pretty far out there. I think that one was maybe called a little bit prematurely.
Right on the fringes, so that's the first out of the inning. Helps him out just a little bit. That one hit hard towards first, and Grant Murray will be out of there, but he'll claim an RBI as Adam Goran comes home for the second time today.
Yeah, he did his job. Less than 2 outs, runner on third, put on the ground towards the right side of the infield, and more often than not, you're going to pick up an RBI.
Back to the top of the lineup. 4th time up today in 5 innings for Sean Strittmatter. He's 0 for 3 on his previous 3 attempts. He's put everything into the air and rifles the first one onto the ground. Takes a really tough hop. What a great play made right at second base by Jacob Kawar.
Way to stay with that hop, Jacob Kawar. Flashing the leather and getting the Trojans out of that tough inning.
Perfect way to end the frame. Only give up 2. You could have given up more. You're still within striking distance if you're Paradise Valley. They'll come to bat in the 6th inning.
Are you unable to do the things you love? Do you know your daily habits could be better to enhance your quality of life? Are you suffering with chronic pain or chronic illness and can't find the right solution that works for you? Fix Body Group was created so you have a team of professionals to help you achieve your health goals and get you back to doing what you love again. In Scottsdale, go to fixbodygroup.com or call 480-795-5329. Fix Body Group, proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show and Fitness Minute with Tyler Mayer. This fall, the Varsity Sports Show is proud to present the Arizona High School Volleyball Game of the Week. Join us this fall when you'll catch your favorite teams going head-to-head in fast-paced volleyball action. Coaches, administrators, boosters, and fans partner up with the varsity team to broadcast your games this fall. Call or text us at 480-779-9437 right away and join our team. High school volleyball action this fall, brought to you by the Varsity Sports Show. The Varsity Sports Show is proud to present the Thursday and Saturday night high school football game of the week. Coaches, administrators, boosters, and fans partner up with the varsity team to broadcast your games this fall. Choose from Thursday or Saturday night and have an exclusive audience on a big stage. Call or text us at 480-779-9437 right away and join our team. High school football action on Thursdays and Saturday nights this fall, brought to you by the Varsity Sports Show.
Sixth inning, only 2 frames left. Desert Mountain have extended their advantage the last couple of innings. They're up 6-1. 7-1. That scoreboard getting harder and harder to read as the sun starts to shine on it a little differently. It's 7-1.
It's 7-1. I thought you brought your glasses today.
I do have my glasses on. That just shows you how poor of an eye I have. Maybe I'm not cut out for the job we do. I did see a first pitch strike there from Cooper Weeks, who's gotten into a bit of a groove. 2 Ks in each of the last 3 innings, and that one's hit hard. Of course it is, right towards Goran, makes the play, 1 up, 1 down.
Goran really emphasizes the fundamentals, the way he plays his defense. Just read that hop perfectly and fired that ball over to first on the money, right at Smith's chest. You know, as a former first baseman, I can appreciate it so much when middle infielders put the ball right at the chest, making the first baseman have to make that nasty dig play or
Don't have to reach for it.
doing some toe drag swag at first base, trying to get one and keep your foot on the bag. It can be tough, right? Because you can have a play go absolutely perfect, but one bad throw or one miscue at first base, and everybody can hate you.
Brings up Jackson Heaton, who goes on the first one, 0-1 the count to the left fielder. That's the first play that Goran's had to make, and really the middle infield has had to make since the second inning. It's been a really good go from Cooper Weeks. Put everything high into the outfield or struck him out.
I mean, he hit a bomb earlier. I know we've mentioned it a few times, but man, it was a rocket off the bat of Heaton.
It was a slightly bigger gust of wind away from being a home run and maybe changing the course of this ball game. 0-2, swing and a miss. Second strikeout for Heaton. 8th K for Weeks.
That's the game of baseball. It's up and down. One at bat, you're hitting off the wall. The next at bat, you're striking out. It's all about trying to find that consistency, which is much easier said than done.
Strike one to Brett Keene. Instead, actually, Aaron Bird, who will hit for Brett Keene, the third baseman. And another swing and a miss from Bird. Down in the count right away.
So with 2 strikes, a lot of times you go to your best breaking ball, but he was really late on that second fastball. I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to elevate a fastball or keep a fastball away maybe. There it is. That's strike 3.
An immaculate inning from Cooper Weeks. 3 up, 3 down, made quick work of all of them. Grabs his 9th K of the afternoon. Desert Mountain will bat, and then they're only 3 outs away from a 14th victory on the year.
Chris Scott of RE/MAX is Central Oregon's best realtor for anyone thinking of a vacation home or relocation. He's our very own born and raised Phoenician who moved his family to Central Oregon nearly 15 years ago. Contact Chris if you're thinking of exploring beautiful Central Oregon. It truly is living at its best. 541-999-5614. Proud partner of the Varsity Sports Shows, it's Dylan. Pinnacle Pain and Spine's team of professionals are ready to help with that nagging head, neck, back pain, and arthritis with proven treatment as soon as your first visit. Dr. Matthew Crooks and his friendly team have the highest consumer ratings in trust, friendliness, and easy scheduling. They work with most insurance plans. With locations in Scottsdale, Chandler, and Fountain Hills, pinnaclepainaz.com or call 480-407-6400. Proud partner of the Varsity Sports Show and Fitness Minute with Tyler Mayer.
Are you unable to do the things you love? Do you know your daily habits could be better to enhance your quality of life? Are you suffering with chronic pain or chronic illness and can't find the right solution that works for you? Fix Body Group was created so you have a team of professionals to help you achieve your health goals and get you back to doing what you love again. In Scottsdale, go to fixbodygroup.com or call 480-795-5329. Fix Body Group, proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show and Fitness Minute with Tyler Mayer.
This fall, the Varsity Sports Show is proud to present the Arizona High School Volleyball Game of the Week. Join us this fall when you'll catch your favorite teams going head-to-head in fast-paced volleyball action. Coaches, administrators, boosters, and fans partner up with the varsity team to broadcast your games this fall. Call or text us at 480-779-9437 right away and join our team. High school volleyball action this fall, brought to you by the Varsity Sports Show.
Aaron Bird stays on the mound for the bottom of the 6th inning. It's Leo Sarnataro, Hank Smith, and Cooper McKee, 2-3-4, the perfect stretch in this lineup for DM to do just a little bit more damage and extend their 6-run advantage out, possibly a little bit more.
Absolutely no better place to be in the order than right here with Leo Sarnataro and Hank Smith on deck.
Sarnataro has reached twice despite never making contact with a baseball yet today. First pitch is high from Bird. He walked in the 4th, got hit by a pitch in the 2nd, and struck out in the 1st.
And he's normally a huge part of their offense, 16 runs and 16 RBIs entering the ballgame.
Big-time player on both sides of the ball. takes a look at that pitch for strike one. It's 1-1.
That was one of Bird's better pitches this afternoon. Caught Sonatara looking at that curveball.
Leo fouls one off the right field line, 1-2.
And if you're Desert Mountain, you're probably a little bit relaxed knowing that you're up 7-1 and 3 outs away from a victory, but you can still never have too much insurance, right?
Can't put enough runs on the board. There's no such thing. Got to just keep hitting away, hoping to rack up the scoreboard, especially when a 10-run advantage on the computer looks a lot better than a 6-run win. So runs do count. They cap at 10, but they help out your cause.
Because 10 would be the run rule.
Correct.
So they're 4 away. So if they score more than 4, the game's over now. Less than 4, we play another frame.
Full count, they walked him. Sarnataro reaches for the 3rd time in 4 plate appearances. Still has not put a barrel on the bat and put the ball in play.
That's just how it goes sometimes. Baseball's weird. There's days like that.
Here's Hank Smith. Has had similar struggles. A single in the 4th kind of relieved him a little bit. Before that was 0-2. It was 0-4-2, and that first pitch in there for strike 1.
I'm surprised to see him take that one. Fastball in the inner part of the plate. That's one that power hitters usually dream about.
Can just kind of take it and go with it. Pitch in the dirt, 1-1. Sarnataro showing a little bit of a lead off at first base. Doesn't go, and 3rd pitch is in the dirt as well, 2-1.
You know, for Arizona high schools, this has got to be one of the better backdrops. Mountain in the background, above the fence here.
It's legit.
It's pretty beautiful.
The school as well just kind of frames up perfectly against it. Pretty nice looking shot, and pickoff attempt is no good. 3-1. Sorry, 2-1 still. Hank Smith forced to stand in there now a couple times. That one by Smith right towards second. Great play once more from Kawar. Call it a double play.
Yeah, I believe Sonataro took off because he was stealing, not because he thought it was going to get through. So, man, sometimes it goes reverse, sometimes it doesn't. If you remember earlier in the game, Smith hit that rifle towards right center that left the infield right as the second baseman was breaking towards second, and that just went their way. In that case, that movement by the runner really backfires and ends up being a double play. But that's just baseball. If you're going to steal a runner, you're always running the risk of that happening.
Pretty little 7-1 ball game for Desert Mountain in front of this pretty little backdrop here from Desert Mountain High School. The Wolves looking to gather their 15th win of the season over the Paradise Valley Trojans, who they will play once more on Friday. Swung on, hit hard, finds the gap out there in the outfield. Nice little response to the double play from Cooper McKee, who will stand up for a double. Keep it alive here in the bottom of the 6th.
Great piece of hitting right there. Super quick hands. Kept the barrel back in the zone and drove it out to right center. It's exactly what you want to do at the plate, keeping it to the fundamentals. Cooper McKee.
Sun's starting to set just a little bit. Shadows starting to make their way onto the diamond in a little bit more of an effective presence. See how that affects the game just a little bit more. Runner on second is Cooper McKee for Kyle Pettigrew. 2 for 3 and faces the first pitch, watches it. It's ball 1.
Kind of hung that curveball there. Broke way too late for it to be called a strike, but it was a great effort by Bird. That one found the zone. Broke a little bit earlier than the first.
Good pitch from Bird in response. Evens up the count at 1-1. 2 outs if Pettigrew can get on. Dylan Kratz is on deck. Swing and a miss, though, from Kyle. Strike 2.
That was a pretty aggressive swing there from Pettigrew, but that's been working for him today. He's picked up a couple of hits, and not little wimpy hits. They've been rifled off the barrel of the bat.
Bird looking for another K. Swung on, hit hard right towards the third base coach, who just avoids it. Pettigrew can hit that ball.
Yeah, I don't think you're allowed to be a third base coach unless you've got some pretty quick reflexes, because those guys, they are jumping out of the way at a lot of missiles over there.
It's arguably even hotter than the actual hot corner itself. You think that third baseman has to do a tough job. He's got at least a glove in front of him.
Right, a lot of these coaches don't wear helmets either, which can be surprising.
I don't get that part.
Bravery.
I'd have a helmet, some knee pads, some shoulder pads. I'd be looking like a football player out there as that pitch is a ball. 2-2 with 2 outs.
Or a catcher.
Catcher, football player, even a hockey player. Roller derby.
Roller derby.
We'll keep going. What say you, Nick Hogan? You got one?
Yeah.
He's done.
X Games.
X Games. That's a good response. I like
Skateboard.
that. I like that. Like a kid snowboarding for the first time. Or skiing, depending on what you like. Count is full.
Practice run, bull riding, Rellis helmets and stuff.
That is beyond me, but there you go.
That's some serious stuff. Those guys are tough.
Here and there you see a few, maybe even some dirt biking. As the full count comes and is a walk to Kyle Pettigrew.
You bringing everybody up okay? It's all right, Bird.
Aaron Bird just can't catch a break right now.
And that one was close. Obviously, fans here for Paradise Valley are not going to be too happy about that one.
It's the second time Kyle Pettigrew has faced a full count, and it was really right on the line.
Call it both ways then!
Bird is only 1 out away from retiring the Wolves. So there's still plenty to work with despite the runners on base.
Swung on and fouled off by Dylan Kratz. His fourth time at the plate. Desert Mountain continuing to have to supply baseballs. DM just trying to tack on a run or two more to give their pitcher Cooper Weeks that little bit more insurance to pitch the complete game. But Kratz swings at that one. The count is 0-2.
Yeah, that one was way upstairs. Kratz could be a little bit more disciplined like he has been earlier today and just looking for anything under the letters. That one was above his head. It's natural to get a little bit complacent and aggressive when you're up by 6 runs, but he'll have to narrow down his zone here.
Attempted frame from the catcher, Andrew Faherty. Pretty unsuccessful, if you call me. Breaking ball just didn't break quick enough. 1-2.
Especially to a shorter batter like Kratz, that breaking point is going to have to start a little bit earlier, depending on where Bird locates it.
Two outs, 1-2 count. Pitch is away, so Bird still can't escape. Anything will do. Pop fly, ground ball, strikeout. Tag out in the base path. Just something to get yourself out of the inning if you're Aaron Bird.
It all starts with finding the strike zone.
Swung on, hit hard, shallow center, but underneath it to make the play and get Paradise Valley out of the inning. Good job in center by the man who's Going to lead us off in the top of the 7th, Chris Ferry. It's 9-1-2. Ferry, Richards, and Kawar. They will have the bat in their hands when we return.
The Varsity Sports Show is proud to present the Thursday and Saturday night high school football game of the week. Coaches, administrators, boosters, and fans partner up with the Varsity team to broadcast your games this fall. Choose from Thursday or Saturday night and have an exclusive audience on a big stage. Call or text us at 480-779-9437 right away and join our team. High school football action on Thursdays and Saturday nights this fall, brought to you by the Varsity Sports Show. Chris Scott of RE/MAX is Central Oregon's best realtor for anyone thinking of a vacation home or relocation. He's our very own born and raised Phoenician who moved his family to Central Oregon nearly 15 years ago. Contact Chris if you're thinking of exploring beautiful Central Oregon. It truly is living at its best. 541-999-5614. Proud partner of the Varsity Sports Shows, it's Dylan. Pinnacle Pain and Spine's team of professionals are ready to help with that nagging head, neck, back pain, and arthritis with proven treatment as soon as your first visit. Dr. Matthew Crooks and his friendly team have the highest consumer ratings in trust, friendliness, and easy scheduling. They work with most insurance plans. With locations in Scottsdale, Chandler, and Fountain Hills, pinnaclepainaz.com or call 480-407-6400. Proud partner of the Varsity Sports Show and Fitness Minute with Tyler Mayer. Are you unable to do the things you love? Do you know your daily habits could be better to enhance your quality of life?
Cooper Weeks 3 outs away from a complete game and only giving up 1 run in that entire complete game at that. On senior day, the senior has thrown pretty much a masterclass in the last 5 frames as he works to Chris Ferry, the center fielder. First pitch ball.
And if Paradise Valley is going to get back into this one, it's got to start right here with Chris Ferry. They need runners on base before they can do anything.
Good frame behind the dish from Grant Murray, and it evens up the count at 1-1.
Yeah, he brought that one right to the knees. That was beautiful.
Weeks throws in there, and it's strike 2. He's one of the seniors.
I've loved the way that Cooper Weeks has really just altered his pitching style throughout this game. He started off just trying to overpower these batters, realized that was not going to work out, but he's just adjusted to throwing these breaking balls consistently. And I mean, of course he's going to throw breaking balls normally, but what I mean by that is just the way he's peppered them in there at the start of counts rather than using it as a strikeout pitch. He's almost flip-flopped, throwing curveballs for strikes and throwing a fastball as his strikeout pitch. It's been interesting.
A little miscommunication between umpire and catcher. Grant Murray thought it was a strikeout, and instead will do the 2-2. Faherty swings on it on his new lease on life. It's right towards Sarnataro, who tosses him out. The Arkansas Tech commit at second base makes quick work, and DM just 2 away.
1/3 of the way through, but he's going to have to go through the top of the lineup to finish this one out.
The top of the lineup that hasn't had their best day, Ben Richards.
And he's where their offense starts. 23 runs entering the ball game. That led the team. So nobody's crossed home more often than Richards. And he'll need to do it for Paradise Valley to have a prayer in this one.
Cooper's kept it quiet today. Cooper's kept him quiet today. Weeks just 2 outs away from the complete game, and that one will trickle through the glove all the way to the backstop. 2-0 the count.
We haven't seen it of late, but when both these teams were hitting the ball early in this ball game, it came on the 2-0 count. And it's because of that right there. Our pitchers have to come back with a fastball over the middle of the plate. That's the ball that's been being crushed on both sides, but Richards lays off of that one.
That one contacted out towards shallow left field, and a really good play to gather the second out of the inning.
What a play by Dylan Kratz, crashing on that one. Thought he was going to have to dive, but his speed, he caught up to it.
We talked about him all night on the base path, and flashes a lot of it out there in left field. 2 up, 2 down, 1 away for the senior Cooper Weeks on senior day. He was honored pregame along with his classmates. Ryan Dyer looking to deliver another successful senior campaign for a group that have won a state championship, would have had a good run at it during the COVID-canceled year of 2020, competed in 2019. They've been really good. Looking to close out another strong season on their stretch, and 2-0 the count.
Yeah, he's fallen behind in consecutive at-bats. Trojans have to capitalize off of that. He's way behind now.
Now it's 3-0, free pitch coming. All that insurance run in the middle innings. You got 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth, and then 2 in the fifth before a scoreless 6. They've certainly helped Desert Mountain stretch this one out. Count is 3-1, last 2 strikes for Paradise Valley. As we mentioned a couple times earlier, Nick, hot start, followed by a slower tempoed game in the middle, and back-to-back Ks, or back-to-back strikes.
Man, he is battling back, picking up the pace. Out of the stretch, just quick pitched him a little bit, but wow. Was down 3-0, and can he complete the full comeback?
Keep battling, nice job.
Fouled away.
Popped into the air.
I'm sure we'll talk about it at the end of this ball game, but looks like Cooper Weeks could go the distance on senior day. Super impressive, to say the least, as Weeks has been on fire this afternoon.
Full count. Cooper 1 pitch away from a strikeout. As the ball falls foul, he'll get a chance to throw again. Again, 1 pitch away from a 10K outing, a complete game, and only giving up 1 run on senior day. His day, as well as a couple other folks on this Desert Mountain team. Full count. And through all the anticipation, of course he walks. Jacob Kawar makes way for Jared Swarbrick, and just maybe. Never say never if you're Paradise Valley.
Oh, man. Looks like they're going to take him out. He's 1 out away from the complete game. It's got to be a pitch count limit or something of the sorts. But what an impressive feat by Cooper Weeks on senior day. Pitched his heart out. Left it all out in the field for the Wolves today, as that memory will likely live strong in his head for years to come.
Handled all the emotion of his final home game well, and just maybe Desert Mountain will have 1 more in the playoffs, currently the 10 seed, so they're slated to get 1. 9 strikeouts, only 1 run, gave up 7 hits, and he was dominant for 5 straight innings. That 2 through 6 frame was electric. The lefty, Sachin Hill, will come up. He'll go to work. Desert Mountain look to close it out.
This fall, the Varsity Sports Show is proud to present the Arizona High School Volleyball Game of the Week. Join us this fall when you'll catch your favorite teams going head-to-head in fast-paced volleyball action. Coaches, administrators, boosters, and fans partner up with the varsity team to broadcast your games this fall. Call or text us at 480-779-9437 right away and join our team. High school volleyball action this fall, brought to you by the Varsity Sports Show. The Varsity Sports Show is proud to present the Thursday and Saturday night high school football game of the week. Coaches, administrators, boosters, and fans partner up with the varsity team to broadcast your games this fall. Choose from Thursday or Saturday night and have an exclusive audience on a big stage. Call or text us at 480-779-9437 right away and join our team. High school football action on Thursdays and Saturday nights this fall, brought to you by the Varsity Sports Show.
Chris Scott of RE/MAX is Central Oregon's best realtor for anyone thinking of a vacation home or relocation. He's our very own born and raised Phoenician who moved his family to
Jared Swarbrick comes back in. Another plate appearance for him. They are at their last life, the Paradise Valley Trojans.
Well, and if you're going to be at your last life, this is the guy you want at the plate if you're a fan of the Trojans.
He's the top dog at Paradise Valley High School. 1-0 count from Sachin Hill. Finds the zone. The lefty, a little bit of a change. He's more the closing type, only 11.1 innings pitched, but in that time, giving up only 10 runs, has tossed out 5, walked 5. He's your kind of put the ball in play and let your defense do the work type of guy, and it's 2-1.
It also just mixes things up. They've been seeing Cooper Weeks pitch for 2.5, 3 hours. And when you go to a shorter lefty, that's just a huge change of angle of pace, velocity, motion, mixes everything up. That was a huge swing.
Yeah, swing and a miss. Swinging for the fences was Swarbrick, trying to get it all back and trying to get some of it back in one swing.
Yeah, I was going to put it off the parking shade up there.
And once again, DM 1 strike away. 2-2. Put in play towards third, and it gets through. Strittmatter couldn't make the play, and a little 2-out rally brewing for Paradise Valley.
Yeah, they're playing cockroach. They just don't want to die. They're staying alive here. Turn on the Bee Gees or something, but yeah, they are still alive. When everybody thought they were dead, been down to their last strike a few times, but man, they're hanging in there. Now they have Ortiz at the plate, who's racked up a few hits this afternoon.
Yadi Ortiz can strike a ball right down the middle, and anything in the outfield should score KWAR from second. Sing it with me. Staying alive, staying alive.
I cannot go that high. Do you know how much I want to go that high?
Desperately.
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 Yeah. Cannot explain how much I would love to be able to sing like that, but it's on the plans for me, man.
I don't know if you want to sing like me.
No.
Might be better than you, but it's still not great. Swing and a miss, but actually some contact came from Yadi Ortiz. Foul ball. So Swarbrick on first, KWAR on second. All the work coming. It's all on Yadier Ortiz with 2 outs in the top of the 7th. He'll swing and a miss from Ortiz, and guess what? We'll do it for the 3rd time already in this frame. 1 more strike to go for Desert Mountain. 1 more strike separates the Wolves from a 15th victory and a senior day victory as well.
And you've got to assume 3rd time's a charm. Or at least your Sachin Hill, you sure hope so.
Second time Sachin's had to face a situation like this, and Ortiz puts one up the middle. He'll score KWAR. And they're going to hold Swarbrick at third, and Yadi Ortiz gathers his 3rd hit in 4 appearances and an RBI to go with it.
So with that, the Trojans have actually out-hit the Wolves this afternoon.
It's been pretty surprising to see them strand so many figures. Sachin Hill just struggling a little bit. Runners on the corners now for Gannon Aguilar, the first baseman. 7-2 ball game.
Doing some 1st and 3rd signs here. So when you're up by 5 in the situation with Ortiz on first, I wouldn't be surprised if Desert Mountain just went after him if he took off, saying, who cares if this run scores? If we get the out, the game's over. So they could play this a little more aggressively. And with that being said, because of that, I think Paradise Valley is going to be a lot more careful with a runner on first in this situation.
Hill gets strike 1. And then strike 2. Dare I say it? 1 strike away for Desert Mountain.
The greatest jinx yet of this afternoon.
We've had a couple of them. Hill trying to work. 0-2 count. Breaking ball hit hard towards Strittmatter. They'll toss it over to first. And Desert Mountain pick up an uneventful win on an eventful day. Senior day, Desert Mountain 7-2 winners over Paradise Valley. They improved to 15-8 on the season. They've had a bit of a stretch run, now 7-2 in their last 9.
There's no better way to celebrate Senior Day than with a gem from Cooper Weeks. He was phenomenal today. Did a great job of locating the breaking ball within the zone early in the count throughout the ball game, and that really was Paradise Valley's downfall, but they showed a lot of heart, having a mini comeback there in the 7th inning it'll be interesting to see how this matchup plays out again on Friday.
They will play again on Friday. Desert Mountain will get it one more tomorrow on the road at Gilbert. But as you mentioned, a great performance, 9 Ks, 6 2/3 from Cooper Weeks, the senior. He joins his other seniors, Mike Casianco, Hank Smith, Sachin Hill, who came in for relief, Toby Harr, the Kansas commit, Devin Karash, Strawn Strittmatter, who's headed to Cuesta College, Leo Sarnataro, Arkansas Tech commit, and then you've got Jackson Maples, Dylan Kratz, Cooper McKee, and Luke Muller, the Arizona commit. Those were the guys we did it for today, the seniors on Senior Day. For my partner, Nick Hogan, my producer, Sammy Rivera, and the rest of the production team, I've been Ryan Sikora. Wolves win 7-2. They moved to 15-8. They've got 2 more left. Have a good night.